Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in. Were you also noticing my brows?
Well,
No, in the photo I sent yesterday?
Yes. How did you know?
No, Michaela.
Wait, how did you know? This is crazy.
Because it's all I could look at. And Brian's like, it's so pretty. And I'm like, I'm not going to post this because my eyebrows look crazy. I literally need to get my life together.
I'm actually...
The brows are insane. No, we're on the same wavelength.
Hold on a second. Hey, babe. Yeah. What did I say yesterday when Hunter sent me the photo? Yes, look like a cover of a magazine. But what did I say about a particular feature of hers?
And tell him I'm not going to be upset about it.
Yeah, her brows.
Yeah, no, crazy.
I said I needed to talk to you about them on the pod today.
You're kidding me.
Babe, Hunter just brought it up herself.
You said you needed to talk to me about it on the pod?
I said, you know.
No, the brows are insane, Michaela. Look at them.
But here's what I need to say to you is that I was like, here's the thing is like, one thing about me is like, I'm going to be the one that says to you like, hey, you need to get your hair, you need to get it highlighted because we don't really see on our own faces. But you're almost like, you're almost like a Barbie for me. Like, I'm like, what would I do to my Barbie? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Where I'm like, you know how people cut their hair, cut their Barbie's hair or they'll dye it or like, you know, you would put an outfit on a Barbie.
Yes.
Because you're my little sister, you've always been like that in my mind. You're just like Barbie to me. So in my mind, I saw the photo and I'm like, oh my God, she looks so beautiful. The kid, everything's perfect. And
the brows are blocky.
I was like, what's going on with the brows?
No, it's crazy, Michaela. I'm dying that you literally brought it up because I was looking at myself as soon as this came up and I'm like, the brows are blocky.
They're just like thick, dude. You just have a thick brow.
But the thing is like, I don't like this brow on me. I'm looking in the camera like, this is not a good brow on me. Here's the thing. A thinner brow is it. And you know what it is? It's every time I fill them in. But if I don't fill them in, they're sparse. And it's so funny because like we took that photo and Brian was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And I was like, I will not post this photo because the brows are absolutely asinine.
I feel like that's the time though when you can justifiably bring in face app.
I know, but I think that like for me, I'm so somebody that like steers away from face app because I know when someone uses face app.
I know.
It's like the biggest offender. And I think it looks so not good, you guys. I just don't like a face app face.
I know. It's bad. It's also like crazy because I feel like people are almost going nose blind to it.
No, literally. But then everyone has the same face.
Everyone's having the same face. And I'm like, guys, come on.
Y'all can't have Hollywood.
No, you all can't have the Hollywood filter level 3.
Like, please.
Every time.
If you're going to do it level 1. Do it like a light Hollywood.
What I wish is that like I didn't look like a Russian man when I did it. Yeah. Do you know why? Because I have stronger features. I don't have like little dainty. It's because if you have strong masculine features.
Michaela, the one and only time I have ever put my photo in face app to try it out, it didn't recognize me as a woman. It put the man on me, Michaela. I'm not kidding you. Okay. You know how it does like the woman or the man? It had the man feature, the man one, where you can add like a beard and stuff. I'm not kidding you.
That's so
I'm not kidding. I was like, okay, well, not only is this like fucked, but like this humbled me.
Yeah, humbled.
It was like, you're too angular to be a lady.
Right. It was like that chin. It's the peach fuzz. It's literally of it all.
It was probably the brows, dude. Face app's like only a man would ever have such blocky brows.
Listen, I'm actually just screaming because you literally came on and it was the first thing that you said.
That's insane. Isn't
you guys,
that crazy?
This is just how, but here's the thing is like, you need to do that for your friends. If your friends are like,
yeah.
And I appreciate it when anyone says anything to me too. If they're like, dude,
how much do I tell you every time I get my hair blonder? I go, please never let me go.
No, because you don't notice it. No one does because it's like, it's incremental. But like if I only see a photo of you or if I only see you on here once a week or something, then I do notice any kind of difference. And I'll be like, I know that you like when your hair is like brighter.
Right. Yeah.
If you didn't, it would be fine. But like, I'm like, oh, she likes it when it's brighter.
The thing is this, if you're not, number one, pointing out my flaws. Number two, talking shit to me,
Mhm.
number 3, humbling me and bringing me back down to earth, then you don't love me and I don't love you. That is the
Right.
thing. If
Yes.
I'm literally only being so loving and kind and complimentary and like bada bing, like just like so gushing,
We're
you're not my
strangers.
real friend.
No, we're strangers.
Okay?
We're
You're a
strangers.
stranger.
Because that's what we do to strangers is we are kind of, we know we do, we trick them.
Yeah,
We
but also do you
trick
when you
them. We're almost
texted
like we
me
trick them into
when
our,
you texted me the other day and you were like, dude, one thing about us is we're going to compliment. We're going to find
we
something to
do.
compliment. And I was thinking about that because I don't know if it's the way that we were raised or I don't know if it's just us, our personality. You could literally come to me in a gray sweatsuit and your hair just down, no jewelry, no nothing.
Mhm.
I will compliment you.
Right.
I don't care. You're going to meet me and I'm going to compliment you on
Right.
something. I'm going to find something. I'm going to be like, what is this sweatsuit? It could be
Right.
literally from your teenage
The
years from high school.
The skin is skinning.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna be
always
like,
going
the
to be
skin is
something.
glow. You could have a full face.
But
of
also
acne.
do know that we are being honest. Like we will find the thing that
Yes.
we love that's going on.
Yes.
Because I
And
feel like
also
you can
don't
always find
compliment
something.
me back
Oh,
because I
don't.
don't like it.
No.
I can't.
Don't
Because
say
then I have to
anything.
compliment you again, and then it's just gonna go back and forth and forth. I can't.
One
Now
thing
I'm
that
like
is
self-conscious
different.
about the brow.
No, don't. They're not bad in that kind of a way. The one thing though I will say that I feel like maybe I'm a little bit better at is like I can be honest about something.
Yeah, I can't.
Whereas like if I ask you or mom, everything's amazing, and that's great,
Yeah.
and I love that. You guys are super positive always. But like if you ask me if an outfit looks good,
No,
I'm
you'll
gonna
like,
be so for real. I'm gonna be like, I'm not feeling these pants, or like, what
I
the
know.
hell are those shoes? Like,
I know. I can't, dude.
but you know what? You need all it. The world takes all it. All it requires all types.
I know. But I will say it if I'm not crazy about something, I'll be like, oh, well, like, do
Yeah.
we dare?
Yeah, do we dare do it?
That's like my favorite. It's like like when
I
you were in
know.
Rhode Island or in Hilton Head, I was like, do we dare brighten the photo?
Right. Do we
Love it
dare?
already. Love what
Right.
you've done with the photo. But
Do we dare redo the
brighten?
makeup at all?
Yeah, do we dare?
Do we
And if
dare?
we don't, then it's fine.
Then we don't
Then it's
dare.
perfect and literally
And it's the best thing I've ever seen. And honestly, take photos. Get her onto a red carpet right now.
Don't even listen to what I just said. Yeah, because I was.
I'm taking back the words we've already said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I say something that ever offends somebody, I take that back. In the future, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If in the future, moving forward, I
You have
take it
offended
back
someone
now.
Right.
If I ever offend you, if I ever make you feel bad, I am sorry and I take it back.
If I can quote Leah from Love Island, if I've ever offended you, I mean it 3 times more. And I'm doubling down on it.
That is literally you, Michaela. It's so funny how people can be so different and still so like love each other, right?
I mean, 1,000%.
Right?
And they love and respect until the ends of the earth. Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
And I asked this recently on my stories. If you guys aren't following us on Instagram, but I feel like everyone does.
That would be crazy.
It'd be really crazy if you guys don't follow us on Instagram at Hunter McGrady and at Michaela McGrady and also at the Miles and Some podcast. There's a lot of shit going on over there all the time. It's meme city.
Meme central, dude. It's really so cute over there.
I have one single question.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is, where are my Ozempic allegations?
No, literally. I was giggling when you posted that because where the fuck are mine also?
Why everyone is getting all these
I know.
Ozempic allegations? It's always, oh my God. Yep. Look at Kate. Look at this person. Oh my God. Sydney Sweeney's looking extra skinny. It must be Ozempic. Ryan Seacrest is looking extra super trim in a very short amount of time. It must be Ozempic.
Even influencers.
Why? Even influencers. It's every influencer. Dude, we just had Coachella the last couple weekends and it was just Ozempic on display. Alleged.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering why no one ever says
anything to us?
Is Michaela on Ozempic?
No, literally, Michaela. I literally think about this all the time. I'm like, nothing?
She's hello?
Nothing.
Sometimes I have to check if my DMs are on.
No, literally, because I'm like,
are they
no
on?
one saying like, and here's
every time I post a photo, every time I post a selfie, I'm just waiting for them. I'm like, oh, I just have to shore up and I have to really ground myself in this hate I'm gonna get about us about taking Ozempic and these allegations.
Like me taking care of myself, and now it's like, oh, let me guess, you're on Ozempic.
Let me guess, she's on Ozempic. She's showing up so unrealistically thin.
Yeah,
and
dude, it's unrealistic expectations. Here's the thing. Here's what I get. I get your face is so snatched. What's that tool you're using again? And I go, you mean you don't think it might be Ozempic?
Are you saying it's not?
Look at the body. Look how thin and wavy I am. I've yet to get one allegation either, Michaela, and it's
Not
bullshit.
one lauded my way. Not a single
Why?
one.
Because the bar
I'm out here
hasn't
ready to dodge.
changed. No, I know.
I'm out here ready to do my Neo.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
Matrix.
honestly sad. Can you guys please go in our DMs next time we post like a body pic and be like, she's obviously on Ozempic, and then be like, sorry, I meant to send that to my friend. You look great. LOL. XOXO.
Literally. I love when people send a story and they say talk some shit, but they like meant to send it to their friend, but they send it to us.
Big fan XOXO.
But they never say anything about anything. I'm like, come on, not even Manjaro. Like,
No,
give me something, you guys.
Anything.
I need a
I guess her body is just still plus size.
I know it's because my body has not changed one iota, which is fine. But you know what?
Literally, isn't that crazy though, Michaela? Don't you feel it's so crazy? Like the world is literally changing, and it's just like I'm literally zipping the shit out of my face, which like my face is easy to chisel. Okay, we know that we've
That's
been
true.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
The body is just like still the same.
Still the same. It's very much still the same. But you know what? We love that for us. But you guys, next time we post a picture, please hit us with some of those information. Be like, you guys
want to feel that
it's
high
gotta be. Yeah. The high of being accused.
Accused of like having like something going
Maybe we
on.
just want some kind of like drama. Is that what it is? Do we want like a kind of
an accusation? Give us an accusation.
I love to be the accused.
Yeah. It's so great. Because literally it's like right now we're living in a world where it's like anything goes. Anything goes. Right? We can do it. There's no rules anymore.
There's no rules, and I certainly wouldn't follow them even if there were.
No, there's literally no rules. Okay.
Speaking of no rules, the other day I was at the gym and we were watching a high-speed chase going on. Mm-hmm. And now Martin and I were joking around afterwards, and we were saying how funny it would be because we just feel like mom would end up in a high-speed chase, you know, and kind of just be like confused and sort of like not know it. Like she would be we would see her Porsche driving, and it would be aerial footage, and she would just be like on
also aerial footage
phone.
From like every angle, so there would be multiple helicopters where it would be so like that kind of situation where you're just like, this is someone who is obviously in hot water,
right? And
it would be our mom, our suburban mom, not knowing, on a phone call with someone from her work, just gabbing, never looking in the rear view. Her rear view mirror would be turned up. She wouldn't even have it to look up. Yeah.
Well, she would have too much stuff in the back seat covering, so she wouldn't be able to see the lights. She wouldn't be able to see the back seat.
No, Michaela, this is literally what would happen, and we're going to tell you why in a minute, but this is literally what would happen.
This is exactly what happened. Also, Martin and I were talking about, and I was just saying that, like, honestly, like, you know how you could get me out of a high-speed chase if I was the perpetrator? You just hack into the computer system and turn the AC off. I'm pulling over.
You're pulling over, and you're calling somebody.
I'm just pulling over, and I'm like, take me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive in a no AC car.
That's crazy.
Turn it off.
Crazy.
Hack into the mainframe. Okay.
Dude.
Tip that AC down and turn my music off, and I am happily getting out of the car and going to prison.
Also, it's funny how often there's high-speed chases in LA, but not so much on the East Coast. We never have them like televised here, really.
How's anyone going to drive high speed in New York City? There's no way to drive high speed.
Like, everywhere is like barricaded off. You have to drive straight
away
a
high-speed
for 20
chase
minutes in order to do a U-turn.
A high-speed chase in New York would take about 25 seconds.
Literally.
It'd be a high-speed, and then that would be it. Like, there's no way. LA is huge, and really the only traffic you super get into is on the freeways. If you're like on the side streets, like you can pretty much you can bob and weave.
Remember when we both
were in a high-speed chase?
Well, no, we both we did helicopter rides with the LAPD.
Right.
And we did like active helicopter rides with LAPD because our dad was on a show called Southland. So they would take him up. And by the way, like kind of shout out to the LAPD because we all went up multiple times. Like that was kind of nice of them to just like have dad keep coming back for more.
Right.
Like me, you, China, we all went on one. And so when they're active on duty, like we were able to see like robberies and like tracking down perpetrators and stuff like that. And one of them was like the technology of them having like infrared. So like if someone runs in a building, they can, because the heat of their body, they can see where they're moving in the building now. So like you're kind of fucked if you have a helicopter on you.
Here's the thing. If you're trying to get away from cops, just don't.
Just
Okay.
don't.
Because
Because like there's so much technology. And this
and if
was
you're
10 years
getting
ago.
away, you're not getting away. They're letting you get away. They're letting you go to a place where they can
They're teeing you
safely.
up.
Yes, they're teeing you up. They don't want to involve a single civilian. So
Right.
until it's fully safe
Yeah.
for them, they're not. But they could get you at any point.
Which is what was so crazy to me, because it was like there was one where we like pulled up on a robbery, and they like the helicopter has to go fairly low. And the guy was telling us through the headset at the time, again, this was 10 years ago, so technology now is insane. But he was like, this guy's going in a building thinking he's probably feeling so badass, he's getting away. Meanwhile, you can look at on their screens and see infrared exactly where he's moving.
Right.
So they're just like, exactly, they're teeing him up to then hit it out of the ballpark. But back to mom being somebody who would absolutely be involved in something like that and be so nonchalant and be like for running a red light, and she'd be like, da-da-da. Oh my God, you girls, I had no idea I was involved in a high-speed chase. All of a sudden, I'm on the phone with Anna and cops are barricading me. And I'm like, what? And she's looking around, she's going, there's no one around me. It's me. And you guys, I swear to God, I get out, I put my hands up and I say, I am so sorry. This is so silly. I had no idea. And now why would this be our mom? Because she was literally this weekend walked out of the courthouse and she literally fell into the Menendez brother trial court press.
It sounds insane,
briefing.
But it's literally true.
Okay? She literally fell on the court steps and she tumbled into the media briefing outside the courthouse for the Menendez brothers lawyer who was doing a press briefing. And then she had her phone out. They thought she was press, barricaded her into an area. And there's now footage of our mother sitting on the ground in front of the lawyer who is the lawyer to the Menendez brothers. You guys, this is not, you can't make this up.
No.
This is the kind of shit that happens to our mother.
No.
Okay.
This is the kind of stuff that is, this is what happens.
No, the photo is literally, that has to be the cover of her book.
It really does. And it's like it's almost like Martin and I were saying, it kind of reminds us of like Forrest Gump, like how he's always like in these historical events. He's like in the background of all these historical events. Like he'll be like there when Martin Luther was like giving a speech, Martin Luther King Jr. He'll be there when the president is giving out Purple Hearts. Like, that's literally mom. She'll just like stumble into some thing of history, some news cycle, some crazy thing.
And she fell apparently and then like had to have like reporters pick her up. And I'm just like,
by the way, she was front and center is the thing. Like
she was like the first one there. And
all of the reporters were like trying to get her spot. And she just literally fell into the spot and was just sitting there looking up at the guy. I mean,
with an iPhone, literally with an iPhone 13.
Right.
Okay. Like an old, the thing is it's like, I would look at that and go, that woman is not for real. Like everyone else is like ABC, NBC, CBS,
I don't know, dude. I would look at it and be like, this woman is boots on the ground. This woman is old school.
Like a regular Anderson Cooper.
I mean, literally, she's like pulling out a pen and paper. Like she's analog. Like that's what we're dealing with.
We need to show them the photo eventually because it's just absolutely iconic.
We will.
Absolutely iconic.
What are your thoughts on Katy Perry going to space?
You know, I'm going to be so for real here, okay? I texted you about this because I saw Liftoff and I was watching the whole thing and I was like, whoa, this is like, it's twofold. So first, it's super cool that we as like civilians can do that, right? And it makes that opportunity for my kids possibly one day to be able to do that so real and like tangible. But then at the same time, I'm like, children are literally starving. I also didn't realize it was only like a 10-minute flight, like from start to finish. I had no idea. I had no idea. I thought that they were literally going to go up there and like hang out up there, like be up there.
Right. Hashtag get ready with me to go to space.
No, literally.
We thought we were going to see Katy Perry up there doing maybe a concert.
No, I thought that it was going to be like they were going to be able to like get up there and kind of like float. And they did kind of do like a floating thing. And I love that everyone kind of had their own agenda. Like she was doing like her tour list.
She was also doing like the daisy situation, where she was holding the daisy.
What would you do when you go to, like, what would you do?
If I went up there?
I mean, we would do get ready with me's.
I'd probably do like a get ready with me to go to space.
Absolutely.
Or I do like a get ready with me in space. Also, they all had perfect makeup when they were up there. And I was just like.
This was a missed opportunity on Tarte.
Totally.
It was a missed opportunity.
This was a missed opportunity on Tarte. Yeah. Tarte goes to space, Interstellar. Hello.
2026. You don't think that Tarte has already tapped Bezos? Okay. I know Maureen. Maureen, come on the podcast and tell us that you are pleased that you are tapping Bezos. But here's the thing. Knowing Maureen, sweet as a button, will send people who are like space students.
Right.
Who should be going to space.
That's the difference between Jeff Bezos and Maureen Kelly, is that she's going to send, a very wealthy woman who made her absolute fortune in the, incredible makeup company Tarte. She is going to send children that have dedicated their lives to space, not pop stars. Okay.
Although we love to see a pop star in space. It's our ancestors would be like, I'm sorry, what? Like someone who's just like very famous and like sings and stuff. And we're just like, yeah, they're going to be in space.
But like, it also is kind of like, here's the thing. If we're going to send a pop star up there, it kind of feels fitting that it would be, listen, I just want to say for the record, this is comedy. And I think that the waste of resources is abhorrent. It is fucking abhorrent. And it makes me want to scratch my eyes out.
And $250,000 each person could have been way better spent.
Sick to my stomach. However, this is a comedy French religious podcast, so I'm gonna give it levity or I will start burning cities to the ground. Okay. The only person who deserved it was Amanda Nguyen. She was the one who like actually deserved to be up there. Everyone else, what the fuck? Why them? But also the reason why I think Katy Perry is because she sings a lot of songs about space.
Yeah, she's very intergalactic.
Right? She has literally, isn't one of her songs called Space. Intergalactic?
Is it? It is she is very space, that vibe.
She's very space vibes.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If I was going to do get ready with me to go to space, I would have a metallic eye, right? I would honestly do like xenon core.
Okay.
Right? Like I feel like, and honestly, we're kind of forgetting, like, we've already been to space. You've never seen Xenon Princess Warrior. Okay.
Right.
I would
Xenon Princess Warrior is not the same thing.
Okay.
There's Xena, Princess Warrior, and then there's Xenon Girl of the Future.
Also, Xenon and Princess Warrior both been to space, probably. She's probably also been to space.
We need to do a Xena Goes to Space.
Iconic, dude. I randomly loved that movie, remember?
Xenon? Of course.
Xena.
Okay.
Isn't it Zorro and Xena?
No.
Oh, wow. Don't know.
They're not the same thing at all.
Don't know. Doesn't she like ride a horse and stuff and she has long black hair?
Okay, so there's Xena Warrior Princess.
Long black hair, rides a horse.
Long black hair. Lucy Lawless plays Xena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Xenon is a Disney movie where she goes to space.
Yes.
Yeah. And
but they're not.
Simone's in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raven-Symone's in it.
I know they're two different, but
Kirsten Storms. It was they had the Zoom 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 song and it was iconic.
But like that's the vibe I would bring to space.
Right. You would do like a pink and blue shiny combo outfit.
A pigtail.
Kind of almost like Polly Pocket in space vibe.
Yeah, I just think that there was like that opportunity to like I wanted to see Revolve do a collection.
Oh, Revolve and do the Revolve space. Festival in space.
Yeah, like dress them and send them to space, and then they just do like an IG live and
right, and they're just like woo. They have 818 tequila, and they're just this.
It's like who's gonna get in on this?
Here's what I would do, and you know this about me.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do if I was going up in space. I would wear a full, authentic spacesuit with the helmet.
Vintage one, like the white ones.
A full vintage number. Yeah. I would pull it out. It would be, I don't know, NASA X Yves Saint Laurent. But it would be from the past, but I would take it so seriously. And everyone would be like, you don't have to wear that because you're not stepping out of the vehicle. Like you're not stepping out of the spaceship.
Yeah.
But I would be there with a big helmet. Everyone else is just no helmet, just like in a blue kind of boiler outfit.
Yeah.
And I'm in a full.
Yeah. No, that would absolutely be you. You would take it so seriously and you'd be so authentic
seriously
about it.
I'd be
People
really
would
authentic.
be like, I didn't realize she studied space and time and like astrophysics.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I didn't. I'm just a girl.
I'm literally just a girl in a helmet trying to do space tourism.
No, literally, dude. It's absolutely crazy. I think about like our ancestors, right? And like they were so just like vibing and happy with so little.
They were.
And we are
so
just
true.
like, we're even just like going to space and there's still so much. We're like, ugh, you know, it's like, how much further can you get? How much more can you get?
Well, you also think about the fact that like in 1969, which I think is when we walked on the moon. Let me actually just check on that. I don't want to sound stupid. 1969 moon landing. God damn it if I'm not a fucking genius. Yep, yeah, 1969. That was like the biggest news story. That was like one of the biggest things that has happened in civilization.
Yeah.
People stopped in their tracks.
Yeah,
to
talked
watch
about
that.
for months.
Months and months. Years. I mean,
School
we still
kids,
are talking
they literally
about
would
it.
stop schools.
Yes.
Dude, when they send crews to space, do you remember when schools would take out their big ass TVs and we would all gather around and watch it? Now it's literally you're scrolling through your phone and you're like, Katy Perry, Gayle King, they're in space.
Yep.
Anyways, oh my God, this outfit is so cute on my friend Sarah. Like,
no,
you're
literally
just scrolling.
It's actually almost what would you call it? It's post-apocalyptic that we don't care as much, that we're just kind of like, oh, cool, you know, and then we're saying like, oh, there's such a waste of resources. It just is interesting that it has become so normal and it has become so like, just as the French would say, de rigueur.
Mm-hmm.
And just,
I know it well.
And you know it well. And you know that that's what they say.
I know that's what they say. And I've been saying that before even the French kind of made it a thing.
Right. You were the first person to say something was de rigueur.
Yeah. And like, and I've been saying de rigueur. You know what I mean? It's like I bring that to the table for sure.
That's right.
I will say that like, I hope that my kids don't. Well, here's the thing. I think that like everyone's spoiled. Okay. Yeah. And like we just expect such grand things. We expect so much. And Sadie, my stepdaughter, showed me a Easter basket that somebody got from TikTok yesterday. No. And the basket, Michaela, was a wall. It was a wall. I'm not kidding you. It was an entire wall of gifts. No. And I was like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Right? Crazy.
That's crazy. It's also like, it's like you're just sort of setting yourself up in a way. Here's the thing. I'm not going to ever comment on how somebody does anything for their kids.
Yeah, surely you're not.
But I think that if you are giving your kid a wall of gifts for just Easter, what are you going to do for their birthday?
I feel
what are you going to do for their birthday next year?
I feel the same way about gifts. Here's the thing. My very first boyfriend bought me Tiffany's as our very first gift. After that, every year had to be leveled up. Then it was a Louis Vuitton little coin purse wallet. Yep. Then it was, you know, a Tiffany's little necklace. And then it was, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, start small.
Right.
And then just slowly.
Right. Or give them something that is not so ostentatious and kooky, and let them revel in the fun of a little Easter basket with a couple little things of sweets. Like, it doesn't need to be all this. Like, I remember getting Easter baskets growing up, but it's not like I sat here and like thought about how big they were. I mean, I remember some things. I remember getting like a stuffed rabbit that I had for a really long time. I remember more than anything, I remember all of the egg hunts that we had. And like the fact that Dad used to, like, even when we were like in our 20s, would take us out and do egg hunts, and they would be literally like money in there. And like, I just remember being like 27 and doing egg hunts, and I would have my boyfriends there. My boyfriends would be doing egg hunts, and so would yours.
Literally, so it was so fun now. And it's like so cute. I think that that's like really sweet. I was at Home Goods like kind of prepping for our Easter day. And there was a mom there and we were talking about Easter and she was like, yeah, my son's 26. So like I might still do a
Oh,
little basket for him. And I was like, that's
oh,
so
don't, dude. I can't.
cute.
My
I
heart
love
actually can't.
that. I
My
know. She
heart.
was like, yeah, I put like different things in it now, but like I feel like it makes him so happy. And I was just like, ugh.
That is gonna kill me, I think.
Yeah. Your kids never stop
I need
being
to
like your
get me.
kids.
I need to get me to a mortuary because I think that that's gonna take me out.
I know.
Because yeah, it's so true. Like I can only imagine how kids are always. Well, it's like I always felt like that even about you and Tynan. Like you guys were always in my mind. You're always a certain age of youth, like a very young.
Yeah.
Even you as a mom. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's a mother of two and she has like a full blooming, gorgeous, infamous career. And she has this marriage and this home and this life, but like she's
But I'm
still a baby.
13.
She's
Yeah.
still 13.
Yeah. No,
She's
I
still a
feel like
child
that.
bride and a teen mom.
I feel like that too. It's like your spirit age, right? Like, and
Right.
we've talked about this before, but like, what is your spirit age, right? Like, I feel like my spirit age kind of wavers between 13 and 22.
I feel like my spirit age is like a 68-year-old man.
I feel like yours is like 17,
I feel like my spirit age is a 72-year-old Italian man
who's exhausted.
who's absolutely exhausted from wisdom, weighed down by
Yeah.
the weight of the wisdom of the world. I
Yeah.
also feel like it's actually so wild. Guys, it's like we used to really make fun of people that would be like, kids grow up so fast. And God damn it if it isn't true.
If it
Because
isn't
you
true,
sent me
there's
the
really
videos.
something to that.
You sent me the videos of Ava yesterday, and she's like talking.
No, she's fully having conversation.
I know.
First of all. Second of all, sassy as hell, bro.
Yeah, well, because
literally,
she's mini.
she's you, dude. She literally, her newest thing to say and to do is say, no, and I don't know.
I don't know.
She'll be like, you'll be like, okay, what do you want for dinner, babe? Like, what do you want? Like, do you want like, chicken nuggets or pasta, whatever? And she'll go, I don't know. And I'm like, you do know what you want. You tell me.
She's like, you're the mom.
I know. She's literally
Do I have to tell you everything?
It's funny how different kids can be, right? Like
Yeah.
she is so fundamentally different than Hudson.
She really is.
It's
She really is.
insane. Like the way that he was at this age and the way that she is at this age, I think it's because she has an older brother that she's seen so much already, right? Like Hudson obviously has an older sister, but like we get her such little amount of time that like it's not enough to like fully integrate into somebody's like personality.
Right. It's not every day, all day.
Yeah. And like I feel like she's so mature for a 2-year-old. Like
Totally.
I feel like she's so grown where I feel like Hudson
she was feeding a baby yesterday.
Dude, she was fucking, I'm not
she
kidding
was
you guys.
feeding a baby yesterday.
This is insane. At our Easter, a very dear friend of mine came over and she had a baby 9 days ago. Crazy to be out.
A listener, a fellow listener too.
A fellow listener.
Sister of the pod.
Literally sister. Also integrates herself so wonderfully in the family. I'm like, I felt like I had a sister over because that was, you have those friends that are just like easy.
Well, yeah.
Oh, listen.
She's
my new sister.
Okay, great. Well,
she's my new sister.
Tell her to jump on the pod. I guess I'm out of here.
But like
she is. She's one of those people. She's so easy, so friendly, so just like all the warm.
She's like one of those people you can just kind of like let do whatever she wants.
She'll go talk to anyone and
she'll find the forks if she needs them, whatever.
Right.
So anyway, she just had a baby and Ava was obsessed. And Ava is like a little mother. So like she will like mother Hudson. So she'll be like,
you're not pushing it on her though. That's the thing. Like
No.
Ava has always just gravitated toward it is so interesting, you guys, how people, how kids, how any of us gravitate towards what we're genuinely interested in. Because like I think about the fact that I gravitated towards both boy and girl things.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any influence whatsoever. I didn't have,
and I gravitated towards like only girl things.
Right. Like there was no, and like with Ava, she grew up with like mostly like not boy toys, but it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to get a whole, like it's like that's what you guys had because you had a boy and like that's what Hudson liked. So it was like that's what she grew up with, but she has gravitated towards the like babies and like the dolls and the stuffies and like that's just like she's all like the hair things and the tutus and the heels, like she just gravitates towards it.
And we literally only as of late have like had more of that stuff. Like we tried with Hudson, we'd offer him babies, we'd like buy him little babies, and we'd offer him all these things, and he just wasn't interested. So we were kind of like, that's a waste of money. Like, and then obviously Ava came, and then she like we only had like one little baby, and like that's pretty much it for the last year until we started like buying more like quote unquote girly stuff. And so she was always surrounded by like trucks and stuff, but she would gravitate towards like stuffies and babies. So yesterday Amy's baby was over, and dude, if she didn't know how to absolutely feed the baby, first of all, at 2 years old, she's holding the baby, she's putting the arm underneath his head and tilting the bottle to make sure that the milk is getting in, and then stopping in between and looking at it. I was like, first of all, I feel like first-time mothers don't even know this.
Right.
Like,
right.
You're a full-grown mother. Like
she's she's a midwife. She's going to get into midwifery.
She's a midwife.
A midwife in the house. She will deliver my children.
She's a midwife. It was incredible. And it just goes to show how like sometimes that's just in your DNA. Like that is just your nature. Hudson, I would be like, hey, Hudson, come look at the baby. Like, look how cute. And he'd go, okay, do you know where my motorcycle is? Or like, do you know where my space helmet is? Like, couldn't care less. Could care less.
Right. It was so cute when you said, come look Hudsy or Huds or whatever. And then Ava said, come look Huds in her like little voice. Guys, I'm so sorry to gush. I haven't seen the kids since October and it's killing me. It is killing me, my heart. But going out in May. Don't worry, guys.
I know. She's like a full human. She will literally, and she'll be like,
I don't like being away when they're this young, though. So long because they change a lot. Yeah.
Especially when they turn 2. I feel like 2 is when everything kind of like catapulted for Hudsy, and same with Ava. Yeah. Like she'll be like, Hudsy, put your socks on, or like, Hudsy, go wash your hands. Like she literally.
I'll never forget when I came one time. When I visited one time, and it was like the first time that I had seen Hudson be like a full talking entity. Yeah. And it was like really weird.
It's like jarring.
Yeah. I was in the car. We were driving back from the airport.
Ava for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, you're like, oh my God, not a baby. Not a baby.
I know, dude. And speaking of not a baby, my husband officially got a vasectomy. And now literally after seeing Ava with that baby, I look at Brian and I go, did we do it too soon?
It's actually funny that you guys were holding a baby the weekend that he got his vasectomy.
I know. And literally seeing Ava with the baby, I was like, but no.
Did you guys freeze any sperm or anything?
No, I mean, vasectomies, you can reverse it too. But we're pretty solid on our decision. But can I just say this?
Well, I haven't done a full assault on you guys yet. So just,
Can I just say this for the females listening? Okay. When I posted this, first of all, I've never, ever, ever had this many story views in my entire life. Ever.
Really?
Michaela. Ever. In my entire Instagram history.
Wow.
I had so many DMs from women who said, I'm literally screenshotting this to my husband right now, who this was the response. Either A, won't do it because they're nervous, quote unquote nervous. 2, just spent the weekend laid out, didn't help my friend take care of her 3 kids. That was a lot of the common ones. One girl said that he took a week off of work and he works from home.
No.
Okay? My husband literally drove himself to there, had the procedure. It was like a local anesthetic. It was 20 minutes. They were listening to the Beatles and talking sports and gabbing, laughing, drove himself home, came home. We did bath time together. The next day he was putting the bounce houses up outside. I was like, okay, there's definitely not that there can't be pain, that there can't be pain. Cause I do think that there is a lot to be said about like a doctor, like the right doctor and all that stuff. Of course, the person too, but he was so nervous going in because all of his friends who have gotten it, including his brother, even like everyone was like, dude, you're going to be in so much pain. Like, are you sure you're even going to want to do Easter? Like, you're not even going to be able to pee. Dude, he literally was like preparing for the worst. And he was like, this was the easiest thing I've ever had to do. He was like, going to the dentist hurts more.
Right.
So normalized vasectomy is part of a birth control plan because I think that was another thing is women being like, yeah, why is this not normalized? Because Brian had asked me, he was like, listen, first of all, are you done? Are we done? Like, do you want any more children? And we talked about that. We really ruminated on it. And then it was, okay, so what do we want to do? Right. I said, I don't want to take birth control and I don't want to get an IUD. He
Yeah.
literally didn't skip a beat. No problem. I'll get my tubes tied. He called the next day, made an appointment. It was literally as if we were talking about going to buy groceries.
Yeah.
Right. Because he was like, why wouldn't I? He was like, if you don't want to why would I sit there and say, after you just gave me 2 babies,
Yeah.
hey, put more shit in your body if you don't want to put it in, right? Like, why don't you go and do more stuff?
Yeah.
Like, why is it never the guy? Like, he was like so confused why this is not so normalized.
Right.
And all this to say, if your husband is worried about it, book the procedure, do it. It is so quick.
Right.
So quick. So
play
easy.
them this section of this episode and
Yes.
let them know.
Michaela, I looked at it. It is this. I thought I was expecting him to be like all stitched up and like gauze and everything.
Right.
It is, there's, you can't see anything. It is the size of a eraser tip.
Wow.
The incision. It's so tiny and literally there's one stitch holding it.
I mean, that's crazy how easy and how simple. You know, a lot of people say that men, when they decide that they want to be sexually active, should all get vasectomies. And then when you prove that you can be a father, then you get it reversed. Because if women have to go through absolute hell, I don't think people realize, I don't think men fully realize like what birth control can do. I don't even know if a lot of women know. Hello, hi, me.
Yeah.
I've been through every kind of birth control and it has impacted me in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like literally feeling my boob as we speak.
Yeah.
That like the fact that it's not more normalized because it might be even a little uncomfortable for the man.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Well, I even had men that would DM me because after I asked Brian, I said, can I share your experience? And I had men DM me and be like, this was my experience too. And all my friends scared me shitless. And women who were like, wow, this just like sealed it. My husband was on the fence and now this story sealed it. Right.
Good.
Like, because I think we hear so much fear mongering around it. And it's like, no, this should be a form of birth control just as much as birth control is. Like, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely. And also, even if it did cause a certain level of pain, do y'all know how painful birth?
Yeah, they're fine. Okay?
You guys will be fine.
You'll be
enough coddling men, enough centering men's comfort when women can't even get, you know what I mean?
I had Brian on a train ride the next day. I said, honey, let's go to the farm and go on a fucking train ride. Okay. We were bumping and grinding a mere 12 hours later. Okay. They'll be fine.
Yep.
They'll
be fine. And you guys will be happy. The only person who's not happy with this situation, okay, is me. No one took me. It's not like I was part of that conversation.
I know. We really should have had you in the room.
I should have been there.
We should have had you in the room. But now we're really focusing on getting a dog eventually.
Another thing I've been working on. Wow, I really am busy.
Well, no, you really have switched your gears in the DMs this weekend because you went from always sending me little babies and stuff to literally sending me teeny tiny Shih Tzus. You sent me like 5 or 6 videos this weekend. And I was like, I get it. I literally see you and I get it. You think you're sly?
No, I yes. And also I know you and I know that it actually doesn't take that much convincing for you because you are such a dog person. But that's also why I'm like, if you guys weren't dog people and if you guys didn't both grow up with dogs, I obviously wouldn't be pushing it at all. And like, if you guys really weren't, if I didn't think you guys were capable of it, I wouldn't be like being annoying about it. I wouldn't be like, oh, you guys should, like, it's not like I'm pushing Bobby and them to get dogs, you know? Because I'm like, you guys are busy. You guys have, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're busy too, but I'm just like, you're used to having dogs that you cared for.
I fell in love with the idea of having a dog this weekend because our backyard kind of connects with another neighbor and her new boyfriend has 2 Shih Tzus and they run in our backyard all the time, which is like such a blessing and I love it. It's also so funny when I see on our security cameras, it'll be like one of the Shih Tzus running and then 30 seconds later, the owner just like running after her.
Oh, so cute.
I'm just like, oh my God.
And you think that person just happened to show up?
Yeah. And is running in your backyard.
And is running in your backyard with these 2 sweet Shih Tzus. Do you think that's interesting?
Yeah.
That my pockets, my wallet's a little lighter.
It is fishy.
And there's 2 Shih Tzus running in your backyard?
Yeah, now that I think about it, he did mention your name. In
Said,
passing.
you were Hunter McGrady, right? Michaela's sister? Okay, I just needed to make sure.
And that flew right over
It's like
my
taking a
head.
hit out on someone, but it's just getting a dog in the backyard.
But like, I literally fell in love with them, dude. And
I
like, Ava
know.
was, oh my God,
She loves dogs so much.
She was so happy. She'd be like, he likes me. He
Oh.
likes me. And I was like, all right, well, okay. All you need is your kids to be cute with something to like then fold.
It's so true. And she would be such a good, it would teach
Dog
them so
mom.
much good responsibility. Like,
I know.
how much did a dog change our lives?
Dude, we've had so many dogs. And
We've
like,
had so many dogs and we love them so much.
we're kind of getting to that point of like, maybe we should just get a dog.
But also like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you need a dog.
Yeah.
Because they're all about you. It's gonna be all about you more than anyone.
Yeah, guess who's gonna take care of it the most? Mommy.
No.
Mommy's gonna be waking up and doing all.
No, you could also tell your nanny that it's time to. It reminds me of Real Housewives of New York when Luann and them, they got the new white Scotty dog.
Yeah.
And the nanny was like, yeah, I mean, I know that I'm going to be the one taking care of it. And like the kids were like, no, we're totally going to. And Luann was like, yeah, it's mostly going to be Rosie that's taking care of this dog.
God.
And I was like, you know what? T. All right. Because you know what? You're getting paid. So
Listen.
You're part of the family. It's your time to.
Listen, our nanny would probably love that too.
She would love that. Everyone would. It's good for everyone.
God, this was
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I've always said that.
That's what you've always said since
Thank
you were a little lad. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon episode. To the Patreon episode, which is coming out this weekend. And $5 a month, guys. So cheap. Too cheap if you ask me. You get 2 extra episodes a month. And you get ad-free content, you get video content, and the episodes a day early. So go do yourself a favor, okay?
Do something for you.
Do something for you. And we love you, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you, so please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.